When Federico Chiesa arrived at Anfield in the summer of 2024, the atmosphere was one of sheer excitement. Liverpool were entering a new phase under the leadership of Arne Slot, and the arrival of the Italian forward seemed like the perfect signal that a bold and vibrant new chapter was about to begin. The stands welcomed Chiesa with open arms. After all, he was a player renowned for his tirelessness, explosiveness, grit, and refined technique. The name Chiesa echoed through the corridors of Melwood as a synonym for hope and creativity. Yet time has shown that the path does not always follow the idealized script. Months passed, and gradually the honeymoon between the Italian and the club began to fade. Despite all the initial enthusiasm, Chiesa has struggled to establish himself as an undisputed starter. The 27-year-old forward has shown glimpses of the talent that brought him acclaim at Juventus and with the Italian national team, but opportunities have been limited. So far, he is yet to start a single Premier League match this season, appearing only as a second-half substitute in 6 games, managing nonetheless to contribute 2 goals and 1 assist. These are decent numbers for someone who only enters late in matches, but they are insufficient to convince a manager who values consistency and total tactical commitment. Arne Slot, known for his meticulous style and a system that prioritizes intensity, movement, and tactical obedience, seems yet to find the ideal role for the Italian. Recent reports in the European press, particularly on the Spanish portal Fichajes, point to a conclusion that is beginning to sound inevitable. Liverpool could be willing to negotiate Chiesa's departure in 2026, either through a permanent sale or a strategic loan. The rationale is simple, yet harsh. The player does not fit into Slot's system. Behind this seemingly cold statement lies a deeper story. Chiesa is the type of athlete who thrives on freedom on the pitch. He's explosive, unpredictable, someone who prefers to create rather than follow rigid instructions. This very trait may be clashing with the collective and disciplined model that Slot has been trying to implement. The Dutch manager believes in a team that moves as a single organism, where every player understands the rhythm of the others. And so far, the Italian has struggled to find his place within this system. Insiders suggest that Liverpool have already begun scouting the market for potential replacements. One of the most talked about names is Bournemouth forward Anton Semenyo, a young, fast player whose attributes more closely align with what Slot desires for his attacking line. This behind-the-scenes movement is a clear indication that the club is preparing for a potential change, even if nothing has been officially confirmed. Still, Chiesa's situation is riddled with contradictions. In a recent press conference, Arne Slot surprised many by stating that the Italian deserves more playing time due to his commitment and the positive moments he has had in recent matches. The comment seemed like an attempt to balance the narrative, showing that the manager still believes in the player's potential. On the other hand, actions on the pitch suggest otherwise. Even with Mohamed Salah absent in some games, Slot has opted for other options, such as Hugo Ekitike. This contrast between words and decisions fuels the mystery. Is Chiesa still part of Slot's plans, or is he merely fulfilling the role of a substitute until a satisfactory offer arrives? The truth is that within the corridors of Anfield, many already see the Italian's potential departure as a matter of time. It is no secret that Federico Chiesa has long attracted interest from Italian clubs. Teams like Roma, Milan, and even his former home, Juventus, are closely monitoring the situation. Should Liverpool decide to negotiate the forward's transfer, there would be no shortage of suitors. Internally, the player himself has reportedly expressed a desire to return to a setting where he can once again take centre stage, assuming a leadership role, something he has yet to achieve at Liverpool.
But while the future seems uncertain, the present is charged with pressure. Liverpool are experiencing a crucial period of the season, contesting the Premier League point by point while keeping focus on the Champions League. Following the 5-1 thrashing of Eintracht Frankfurt, the atmosphere is one of optimism but also expectation. It is precisely within this context that Chiesa attempts to prove his worth. The next away match against Brentford is being billed as decisive, both for the team and for him personally. Will Arne Slot give the Italian his first Premier League start? If he does, it will be a trial by fire. If not, the message will be clear: Chiesa's future at Anfield is becoming increasingly uncertain. Meanwhile, rumours are gaining traction. Some journalists close to the club, such as Dean Jones, have stated that Chiesa loves being at Liverpool, but he is also aware that he must manage this delicate moment in his career carefully. He knows that a single misstep could cost him not only his place in the team, but also the confidence of the club's management. And although Liverpool admire his talent, modern football is driven by results. Slot requires players who can immediately fit into his model, and the club's ambitions are high, returning to the pinnacle of England and Europe. If Chiesa cannot establish himself quickly, the board may opt to release him in the next transfer window, opening the door for reinforcements better suited to the manager's style. There is also a curious element in this chess game. Rodrigo's name from Real Madrid has resurfaced in Anfield corridors. The Brazilian is viewed as a potential long-term successor to Mo Salah, and his arrival would intensify competition in the attacking department. Should such a transfer progress, Chiesa's chances of remaining would diminish drastically. Yet there is a detail that makes the story even more intriguing. Chiesa is a born competitor. From his youth career onwards, he has been driven by challenges. Facing a period of instability is nothing new to him, it's almost fuel. Close friends assert the Italian is determined to prove he can adapt to English football and demonstrate that there is still space for him within Slot's system. Fans, meanwhile, experience a mix of emotions. Many still believe in the player's potential and want to see him in action, while others already feel the club should move on. Social media reflects this division. Some call for patience, others demand immediate results. Deep down, everyone shares the same curiosity: what will become of Federico Chiesa? The fact is, Liverpool in 2025 are in a moment of transition. The post-Klopp era has brought new ideas, new methods, and new demands. Arne Slot is building a team in his own image, disciplined, intense, and strategically precise. In such an environment, only those who adapt quickly survive, and Chiesa is in the midst of this test. Perhaps, if he seizes the few remaining opportunities, he still has a chance to turn the situation around. But if the clock continues to run and his space continues to shrink, 2026 could mark the end of this brief yet memorable Anfield chapter. For now, all that remains is to watch the coming months unfold. Every training session, every match, every Arne Slot press conference could conceal a clue about the Italian's destiny. Will it be a story of redemption or farewell? Only time, and perhaps the next transfer window, will tell.